Yes, this is the big debate special here on the Woman Agenda channel. Hope you guys are having a very nice Friday. And if you finish work, hope you guys are going to have a nice day. Still not back to my best. I haven't mentioned it much on the Woman Agenda channel. Obviously, this is Raju here. Thank you very much for watching. So that's why there hasn't been much content in the last few days. I haven't been at my best, been struggling with some issues, and obviously still struggling today. So that's why there's only one show today, which is this show, which is the big debate special, which we're focusing on women empowerment in the UK, India, and Pakistan. So these three countries which we are concentrating on and seeing the development of women, girl education, and that kind of stuff. And on there, so the main thing with this is I've just put this scrolling just now as well because I've not been able to do anything right, to be honest. But yes, but I am here live. I wanted to do this at least one shot today, and tomorrow we will have hopefully more content. Hopefully, I'll be back to my best tomorrow, or nearly back to my best. So hopefully, I'll have a lot more content tomorrow, including hopefully Bollywood Central will be happening tomorrow instead, as well as the Entertainment Weekly, excuse me, and other shows will be happening tomorrow as well. So stay tuned for that. Regular programming hasn't happened yet, but it will be happening in the next coming weeks. We will have the regular country music zone backup, and as well as the Asian Connection and Music Express zone, among others. Bollywood Central will definitely be on tomorrow, and there will be other special content tomorrow, programs tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Now we're talking about women empowerment. If you wanna advertise, first of all, on the podcast, on the Women Agenda channel, we are the place to be. Get in touch, spotlight309@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. If you want to be a live guest, like I was supposed to have today, that's going to be rescheduled now. Then it's the same email address, spotlight309@gmail.com. So let's talk about the first one, which we talk about India first of all, the woman empowerment in India. What's happening? So, woman empowerment in India, courtesy of isis.nus.eu.sg. Um, and the article says, as India progresses economically, there are calls for the country to pay more attention to social and human development, including women empowerment. This paper defines women empowerment as efforts that include advocating for women and girls' human rights, combating discriminatory practices, and challenging the rules and stereotypes that create inequalities and exclusion. Women empowerment is a critical aspect to achieving gender equality, where both men and women have equal power and opportunities for education, healthcare, economic participation, and personal development. While the Scandinavian countries such as Iceland, Sweden, Finland, and Norway have strides narrowing the gender gap, significant economic and social disparities run deep in the Middle East and South Asia and Africa. India's journey towards women empowerment has its shares of highs and lows. It has been gained by ratifying international conventions, formulating domestic policies intended to end gender inequality. The government has created space for international agencies to work with state governments, local non-government organizations, and private corporations on the plethora of projects to support women from different socio-economic backgrounds. Despite these efforts, India's ranking on global surveys of gender equality has not improved significantly over the years. So, equal rights for men and women under Article 14 to 16 in the Indian Constitution, which came into effect on the 26th January 1950, discrimination based on gender is strictly prohibited. Indian women received universal suffrage during India's independence in 1947, long before several Western countries granted women the right to vote. India was the second country in modern history to have a female leader, and as we know, Indira Gandhi. In 66, after another South Asian state, Sri Lanka elected Simo Bandaranaike in 1960. Hopefully, I said that right. So, New Delhi has also taken a concerted effort to ratify key international conventions to end discrimination against women. An article is very long, so I can't really go through all of that. Also, India has launched many projects, schemes for women empowerment. One of them is Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao scheme, which has been very successful. This has been launched by the government of India, and you can find more on courtesy of this on bbbpindia.gov.in, where it tells you about what's been happening, and what's new in valuing the girl child and empowering her with education. So that's basically what's about. I mean, I'll give you some examples of the website and some innovative initiatives they've been doing for the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme. There's been activities like the daughters the Daughters of New India is to be observed as a mark to celebrate girl child. Village of Notrapalli or the Gion block, Nayag takes a massive resolution to permit child marriage, and so on. So there has been many stuff happening regarding that. So it's worthwhile checking the website. But basically the scheme started back in 2000 and January 15. It was started with 100 districts and got expanded to 61 additional districts in phase 2 of 2015 to 16 February. There are other many schemes as well, which they have done. And obviously, I mean, if we talk about courtesy of the Hindu.com, 80% of funds spent on media campaigns is part of the committee. So they say that obviously it needs to be more needs to be done regarding that, but there's many of the schemes which they do have as well, which are towards women. The One Stop Center scheme, there's a woman helpline scheme, there's the Ujjwala, a comprehensive scheme for preventing of trafficking and rescue, rehabilitation, and reintegration of victims of trafficking and commercial sexual exploitation. There's a working women's hostels. There's Ministry approves new projects under the Ujjwala scheme and continues existing projects. There's Nari Shakti Puraskar. There's awards of Stree Shakti Puraskar 2014. There's Mahele police volunteers. So there's a lot of stuff happening in by the government of India regarding women and making it a better situation. Now over to what's happening. An update in Pakistan regarding women empowerment. Let's have a look what's been going on there. So, courtesy of globalcitizen.org, millions of Pakistani girls have no access to education. The new report has come up now regarding this. Well, it's not a new report, but it is a recent one. The Pakistani government isn't providing children living in poverty with facilities they need to learn, according to a new Human Rights Watch. Millions of girls are especially at risk, calling on the government to step up for the future. According to the report titled Shall I Feed My Daughter or Educate Her, more than one-third of Pakistani girls are not attending primary school. Compared to 21% of boys, only 30% of girls are still in school by the ninth grade. As of 2018, 22.5 million children back in the country are not in school. But in Balochistan, Pakistan's largest province, for example, the gender disparity is a stark 81% of girls did not finish primary school in 2014, compared to 50%, 52% of boys. HRW report in 2013, UNICEF found literacy rates are 20% higher for boys than girls. Uh, and many of the girls we interviewed are desperate to study, they've said. We instead are growing up without the education that would help them have options for their future. In Pakistan, young girls miss school partly because of the Sunni Islamic military group, the Taliban. The group Islam. But according to the report, Pakistan school system is primarily responsible for the country's education body. The government hasn't invested enough in the schools, especially ones for girls. HRW says unaffordable school fees, corporal punishment, low quality public and private schools, corruption and lenient regulation, and also contributes to the country's education crisis. The government recognizing that education reform is desperately needed and promising to make this as a priority, especially for girls. And in the UK, we know that there isn't that kind of issue regarding the girl education, because education is for all in the UK. But there has been obviously some issues when it comes to female empowerment. How are they about to get that sorted out? Courtesy of globalcitizen.org. Let's have a look. Now, the UK is committing 500,000 to help empower women through work. Now, for every year that a woman spends out of work, she earns around 2% less on average. When she returns to work, according to the analysis by the Institute of Fiscal Studies, currently around 1.8 million women in Britain aren't working because they're caring for their home or family. That's about 8 times the number of men in the same situation. That's why the government has announced a new fund of 500,000 to support helping marginalized and isolated women, including those who have survived domestic abuse, who are homeless, or who have health issues back into work. The funding was announced on Thursday by Penny Mordaunt, both UK's Minister for Women and Equalities and the Secretary of State for International Development. For too long, responsibilities, language barriers, or the terrible impacts of domestic abuse have held many women back from having the freedom, support, and choice to do what they want to do. I want all these women to be given the chance to reach their full potential, which is why we're investing in them to grow their skills and their confidence so they feel ready to return to work when they want to. She said, by supporting women at all stages of their lives, we are tapping into previous ignored talent, addressing gender inequality in the workspace, and helping our economy grow. And Mordaunt has pledged to put marginalized women at the head of the Government Equalities Office. And the new funding will be distributed to organizations that can show that they have direct relationships with employers who can offer job opportunities. This is already started in the UK. Now let's have a little discussion about this. Like I said, we've talked about India. Now going back, that's a great initiative. Was what they're doing in India. I mean, they do spend a lot of money on women, which is great, and they have a ministry of women and child ministry as well. Obviously, of course, money is and obviously it starts obviously with girls and the girls' education and their right for education, and improving that and making sure that the structure is exactly what it needs to be. That's what is the most important thing, and as long as you have that right, then I think that's one step going correctly. Secondly, uh, so I think majority of what the government has done is good. Obviously, there's room to develop that further, and making sure that women are getting that, women are getting uh, the correct stuff which they're supposed to be getting, and the kind of schemes and the things which they have launched, continuing that and improving that. I think that's the way to go. And obviously, in Pakistan, it's very shocking to hear what's been happening regarding girl education. We know the system in Pakistan regarding education system isn't as good as is compared to other countries, and especially towards girls, it isn't. Women, but hoping that the government there improves the system and make sure that more and more girls are in education as a mandatory thing, and they have the facilities exactly like boys there. Like I was saying, in the UK, it's different. UK, uh, the education is for all. So obviously, there's not an issue regarding girl education in the UK. We are aware of, because education is for all and it's mandatory up to the age of 16. So you have to attend school, whether you're a boy or a girl. But the main thing with the not the education part, but there is obviously like that says, and it's great that there is money being spent on women, regarding so making sure more women are in employment and they're getting the support which is required, because at the end of the day, for different reasons, women obviously cannot work and they have commitments and that kind of stuff. So obviously they need the support and they need to be supported during those times. And I think this is another step in the right way regarding women empowerment in the UK. And that's definitely the right way. If you want to get in touch with the woman agenda, hopefully you liked the big debate today on women empowerment. There will be another big debate next week. Get in touch. Hope you like the video. If you want to get in touch with us on us on our social media channels on Facebook, Twitter, this is the way to do it. Like I said, if you want to get in touch, if you want to be featured on the Woman Agenda channel, if you want to be a co-presenter, and you think you can contribute, if you want to advertise and collaborate with us, get in touch, talentspoiler309@gmail.com is scrolling below. And I would, like I said, I will be back tomorrow with loads of, hopefully, more content than today, than the big debate special. Loads of content tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Thank you very much for watching. And I will leave you with this. and we welcome your comments and your feedback. This is Raj from the Women Agenda channel, the big debate special on women empowerment. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your Friday. Have a nice Friday. Please stay safe and keep everyone safe by following your government's local protocols. Take it easy. Enjoy your Friday.